welcome to PT or Part-Time Players Presents Watch or Not, our second podcast where we watch films or TVs and give you a little review, so you don't have to. Sometimes we're going to be watching stuff we love. Maybe sometimes we're going to be watching stuff that we don't love.
Because we're so big, we need two podcasts.
Yeah, we thought we've obviously we have Part-Time Players podcast, which is gaming. We thought we'd split it into a sister podcast so we can dedicate our love for gaming and love for watching TV and films and
shit films.
Yeah, and it's more content as well. So as always, I'm joined by Reece Lagden.
Hey,
there you go. See,
hello.
Yeah, so you need.
It's not easy.
It's not easy saying hello.
I said hey.
Yeah. I'm joined by Ash.
Hello. How are we doing?
Yeah, see ya. And Brad.
Yeah, great. You?
Yeah.
Good. Thank you very much.
Good.
Thank you very much, sir.
Everyone is cool. Okay, so yeah, this week we're going to be covering a little film called Mortal Kombat. So I know it's been out a while in other parts of the world, but in the UK, I think it only came out last week.
Thursday?
I think, yeah.
Thursday?
So yeah, it's only just come out over here. I haven't watched it. I'm gonna lead in. I'm gonna introduce everyone into it, but then Brad and Reece will have to take over because I had some difficulty downloading it compared to watch, so I haven't seen it. I've heard reviews and that though. So yeah, I don't know. One of you want to kick it off?
It's quite interesting because obviously Brad Moore, if you don't know, is a Mortal Kombat fan. And I'm not a fan at all, so we're going on.
This is ideal, So
two complete perspective. I'm just going in as just watching it as a film, and oh boy, what a film! Have you ever watched a film that is so bad that it's actually then good because you just laugh? There's multiple funny moments that were not intentionally supposed to be funny, but it was so badly acted and so badly done. I actually laughed. There was a good 4 or 5 moments. So,
I should mention as well. Sorry, before we go into it, this is going to be spoiler free. So we're we're not going to spoil it because we're going to people. If people, well, to be fair, people are looking for our opinions whether they should watch it or not. I don't know how that's going to hold up. But yeah, this is going to be spoiler free. We're going to get a fan's perspective. We're going to get a non-fan's perspective. You can probably see how it's going to go, and then we can go from there. So,
yeah,
nice.
Go on, non-fan. Go on, no, go on. You slag it off.
Brad's waiting. Brad's going, non-fan. I'm like the adjudicator. I'm like the referee. Right? That's
you can make a decision at the end whether
I'm going to decide whether I'm going to watch it or not.
I'm actually interested in this because this is going to prove whether I should watch it. So take the floor, gentlemen.
Ice cream.
I don't know where to begin. Narratively speaking, which is obviously what a movie should have. It has 0. I have from point A to the end.
That's an X. That's a cross against it.
There was a narrative. I guess I'll chip in. The narrative was that there is different realms in this world we live in. Earth realm. What's the name of it? Outworld. And Mortal Kombat is a tournament that happens every single year, and there's a ruling that if you win the tournament 10 years on the trot, you get to take over that world. And they're on the 9th tournament. No, they're on the 10th tournament is upcoming, and Outworld have said, right, let's just guarantee this victory. Let's just get into Earth Realm.
Despite winning the last 9, they need to guarantee their victory by cheating. That makes them even
more of a dog. That's even more of a dog move. You're probably going to do it.
Exactly. Yeah, but they're obviously a bit scared. So they've invaded Earth Realm and gone to take out. The way that you're nominated for this tournament of Mortal Kombat is you're born with a marking, or if you kill someone who has that marking, you take it over, and it's the Mortal Kombat logo, the dragon. So the Outworld have come to end the tournament before it starts and said, let's guarantee victory. Let's get this done with. Take them all out now. And then we claim victory. So that's the narrative. It just doesn't quite go to plan. But I mean, there is no tournament though, which was what I said in my preview last week, was the fact that there was not going to be a tournament. But then it became quite clear that, okay, well, that's probably going to come. So maybe they're gearing up for a sequel, which will depend on the success of this, because it's not currently in planning.
Wouldn't it be funny if they did win the tournament still though? But, we won it. Anyway.
We lost some of our mates for nothing.
Yeah, pointless. We're actually really good.
Yeah. But anyway, carry on, Reece. Whatever, just details.
No, go and continue. You might as well say all the pros because
Oh my God.
I ain't got much more to say.
No.
Chips
All right.
with salt.
To be fair, if I was Reece, I would probably think him exactly the same. I don't blame him. I don't dislike him. I don't hate him. I understand. I thought I was going into it with quite low expectations. I thought that it would be a really shit film for the reasons I won't. I said in the gaming podcast last week, if you saw that I was, had my doubts because gaming nowadays is very cinematic, and is there really that desire to see Mortal Kombat in cinema? We had it once before with the original film, and that was brilliant because you got to see all these characters come to life. And now they're doing it again now, but gaming is so cinematic now anyway. Is there still that desire? But I realized when I started watching it, I was like, actually, no, I'm quite enjoying this. And what I got out of it, Reece definitely didn't. When you see things like the introductory scene and Sub-Zero's there, and he's referring to himself as his, before his Sub-Zero and Scorpion's there, you probably didn't know that who their factions are, who they're referring to, who these characters are. They're not just made up on the spot. That's embedded in the lore. And I was like, oh, sick. That's like Scorpion's faction. That's, Sub-Zero's and all the information's there. And you know what's coming. You know who they are. And even down to that scene where, they're in that warehouse and the part of the wall is melted. Like instantly, I was like, oh, sick. Reptile's coming because he's got this corrosive poison. And one of his special moves is he goes invisible, and like you just see him start to glisten. It's like, oh, Reptile's going to be here. And there's all these little moments where it's just nice little playbacks to the game, and all their special moves are there. And that was all I got out of it, was all the Easter eggs, all the no one who's not a Mortal Kombat fan would get or have desire. Like Jax lost his arms. Like, you probably didn't realize, like when that geezer is fighting Sub-Zero and he loses both his arms and they're frozen off and they're stood there, it's like, oh, this is how he gets his metal arms. And it's just, it's all coming, and you're building up
obviously
to it.
I didn't know any of that, and I totally get from your perspective why you would kind of geek out those moments. It's a bit like I really liked Batman, Superman, for example, just because I like those characters. I like DC, where the movies are not necessarily good. It's just you're just liking the characters, and obviously I didn't know what was going on whatsoever, and but I get from your perspective why you would enjoy them. Absolutely. Yeah.
You say it helps if you are a fan, like the source material.
Absolutely.
It feels like a fan-made. It feels like a fan-made movie for fans rather than a Hollywood movie made for the public. Like there is no introduction of who these characters are and the understanding lore. Like you said, the lore, the story's there, but they don't dive into it. I feel like it's a little bit just jumps you in and makes you assume that it makes you assume that you are a Mortal Kombat fan, like Brad is. I had no idea what was going on. I didn't understand what these characters' interactions are, how they were going to pan out. The character development was a little bit strange. But the main protagonist in it, the guy, whatever his name is he actually in Mortal Kombat, or was he just a made-up character? He was I assumed that because I thought he was eventually going to become Scorpion.
He'll be a DLC character, I imagine. They'll slip him in now.
Yeah, of course. But then I was like, okay, he's not spoiling, but he's not Scorpion. So I was a little bit.
I was wondering if it was going to be somewhere between a Hollywood film and one for the fans, and they were going to miss the mark with both. They clearly went in with the fans, because if they tried to go in with a good story narrative Hollywood film, it was a pile of shit. Which is what your perspective is, and that's why I do totally get it. But from a fan's perspective, no, it actually ticked more boxes than I thought it would, because it feels like they went more in for the fans. But also at the same time, though, the characters were a bit poor. Like, I really thought, Raiden, like being the character Raiden, the Thunder God with the lightning, like he just looked like some little school kid in maths class. Like he didn't look like a particularly thunderish god geezer.
Yeah,
it was just very underwhelming character. I have to say, Kano as a character, at first I thought, oh, here we go, this is the comic relief.
Everything I heard about that film was that Kano was good.
He was genuinely.
Everybody seems to agree.
He was quite funny. There was really small moments where he was actually funny.
Yeah. I thought the way it started, I was like, oh, it's going to be a bit corny, but he actually made me laugh out loud a couple of times, which
same.
It takes me it takes a lot.
I think it was just him taking the piss out of other people, which kind of took the immersion away. Like, it's silly, they're wearing silly outfits, it's a video game, and he kind of broke that fourth like, look at you, you like dickhead with your silly hat and stuff like that. It's it was kind of funny.
When he called Liu Kang a pussy for having fireballs and he had a laser. It's so funny. Genuinely funny moments there. But the other pros, the special effects I thought were really good, really gory, blood scenes, pretty well choreographed fights. Not the best, but pretty good. I wouldn't say they were bad. They were good, well choreographed. All of the gore was all referencing fatalities from the game. Like, before we were recording, you talking about the spinny hat thing. That's a fatality in game. Scorpions at the end when giving away. We said no spoilers, aren't we?
But there's fatalities in it.
There's all the deaths are referencing fatalities from from the original Mortal Kombat games, like back at Mortal Kombat 1 from like 20 years ago. They're still referencing from back then, which is really, really good to see in cinema. My summary is, going into it as a Mortal Kombat fan, you will take a lot from it. Absolutely.
And would you suggest to watch or not?
I would absolutely suggest watch. I enjoyed it more than I thought I would, but I am a Mortal Kombat fan.
Yeah. And Reece, what about you? Would you suggest watch or not?
Yes and no. Obviously, I agree with Brad. If you're a Mortal Kombat fan, absolutely watch it. You will like it probably. But if you're not, I feel like there's not enough of the action scenes, because I was just going in, I'm not going to know what's going on. It's probably going to be a bad film. I was expecting it to be a bad film, but is there enough action for me just to enjoy it? Is it going to be some really cool action fight scenes? And I feel like there wasn't enough to justify sitting there for that long to watch it personally. So I would have to say not, if you're not a fan.
Not, okay. Well, I've got some figures here of what it's taken and what its budget was. So it had a budget of 55 million. And so far it has taken, let's have a look here, as of May 9th, 21, Mortal Kombat has grossed 37.9 million in the US and Canada and 32.8 million in other territories, with a worldwide total of 70.70 million. So it's made back its I suppose before like marketing and that.
And it's not in cinema in Europe. It's only
exactly.
And not a lot of people pay 15 quid on Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime, no. And in America, in the US, I think it was on HBO Plus.
We fucking didn't.
What's going on there?
We did.
We did.
If you want to watch it in the UK,
unbelievable. Copyright strike from Warner Brothers now.
Amazon Prime Video. You got it in Google Play, Talk TV, Sky Store, wherever you can rent films from, basically. So it's doing quite well. I don't know if people, I don't know, I had some pretty good marketing, didn't it? And everyone knew it was rated R, or over here it's 15. So everyone knew it was going to be pretty gory, and I think they took the gore to the extent they could to get that certain, that the 15 classification. So I'm probably still going to watch it. Just to see what it's like. I heard it's not too long either. Like it's not.
No, it's 1 hour 48 minutes.
Cool. So brisk film. So I'll
you could watch a Part-Time Players podcast episode, or you could watch this movie. What's more entertaining? Way to plug the show.
I mean, if it is the case that it's the fans will enjoy it, then I think it's I've not seen it, so I can't give it a thumbs up or thumbs down. But if it is the case that fans enjoy the film, then I think it's worked. I think it's probably good.
Done what it set out to do.
That's what you want to do, innit? I know. Ideally, you'd want to include more people into it. You'd be like, oh, look, I might start playing the game now because this was a really good movie, or I might watch the next one when it comes out. But I suppose, on the grand scheme of things, if you're making people who enjoy the video game enjoy that film, that's a win, innit?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure if anybody would feel like that. I don't have. After watching it, I wasn't like, "Oh, I need to play Mortal Kombat now."
I reinstalled Mortal Kombat as soon as it finished.
Did you really?
Yeah,
sure.
It's fine. It's worked.
I get that.
It's worked for the demographic I guess it went out for. Would you say it was better than the one with the Highlander man in it, because I enjoyed that, because that man with the forearms gets kicked in the nuts, and I'm like, that's sold it for me.
I fucking loved that film. No way.
Yeah. So which one's better?
The original, much better.
The original's better.
Yeah,
right,
absolutely. The original was brilliant. It's one of my favourite films of all time. I love it.
See, that's the problem.
I feel like his opinions now tainted. Favourite film of all time.
I remember watching that as a kid, and I really enjoyed it as well.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the original one. I thought it was great, and the soundtrack to it.
Yeah,
the soundtrack was amazing.
Yeah, the soundtrack was disappointing in this one.
Yeah, because it wasn't the original one.
No, they did the original theme. They sort of did it a little bit at one point in the film, and then at the end.
Yeah, Sam Smith doing it instead.
It was too. It was just too. No, they did the big techno ending. It was just all the way through it though. Just Mortal Kombat for me is that techno fast paced, and it didn't really. It was a bit more orchestral. Like it just wasn't really quite.
Yeah. I think that would have been another thing, though, isn't it? If you are going for the fans, give them what they want, and they want.
They waited until the end credits, and it was like, oh no, do that for the fights.
Do it in the beginning, a quarter of the way through, halfway through, near the end, and do it at the end again. And then I would have been. I probably would have watched it.
Yeah, sure. Good.
Well, there you go. Everyone.
It's so divisive. We've got an up and
down
down
the middle. We have one watch if you're a fan, and we have Reece. Don't watch if you don't really understand or know any of the background of the game. So,
you let us know.
Yeah, let us know if you do watch. If you have watched it, if you're a fan or you enjoyed it, you want to give us abuse. Comments.
Whatever. Well, whatever. Those comments all count.
If you want to talk,
absolute jive to us.
Yeah, just comment. Let's face it, someone's always going to have the opposite. Even though our opinions are, one liked it, one didn't like it. Someone will take offence to that and be like, no, that's not. That's not covered,
right.
Diverse,
that's not covered all the angles.
There's a maybe.
If you like, just leave a comment and a like on our video, please. This was Watch or Not. These podcasts and videos get released. Well, at the minute it's just a video on YouTube, but it will be a podcast. They get released every Tuesday. If you like it, please subscribe and share, tell a friend, and hit us up with a little bit of support. And like I said, we also have other gaming podcasts as well called Part-Time Players, that comes out every Monday, and that's available on all podcasts, major podcast platforms, YouTube. If you enjoy what you are hearing or seeing, please subscribe to that as well.
Absolutely.
Check it out.
Cool.
And our social media accounts are PT Players Pod at PT Players Pod at Instagram and Twitter. Part-Time Players Podcast is on Facebook, and our Gmail is ptplayerspod@gmail.com. So any of them, to get in touch. And
cool.
Thanks for watching. And
until next week, we still need a vote on what we're going to be doing next week, what show or movie we're going to be reviewing. But stay tuned for that.
Yeah, I'll post it when we decided. I'll post it on social media. So
cool.
Stay tuned. And thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye.